The MRCOOL DIY Ceiling Cassette is the newest addition to the DIY system. It's a cutting-edge, do-it-yourself ductless mini-split, versatile enough for most any space or climate. And here is how you install it. The first thing to do is find the install location for the cassette and the outdoor unit. Figure out where you want the cassette first. It's designed to fit and mount between two ceiling joists that are 16 inches apart. So find a good spot in your desired room and, based on its placement and where the line sets will connect, figure out the best place to put the outdoor unit. The line set will run from the cassette out of an exterior wall to the unit, which needs to be on solid and firm ground. Also, there are minimum clearances to keep in mind for the condenser, shown here, to ensure it is running optimally. If your room has a finished ceiling, the next step is cutting the hole for your cassette. First, using the provided cardboard template, cut a 16.9 inch by 51.2 inch hole with a ceiling thickness of 5/8 of an inch. And of course, make sure you do not cut into electrical wiring, plumbing, or other sensitive components. Once you've made the hole, clear any obstructions above that will prevent the cassette from fitting up into the space. Now you're ready to install the cassette in the ceiling above. Determine the orientation so that the line set will connect easily to the unit, and make sure you've got a helper to hoist and hold the unit up. Once ready, lift the cassette carefully into the hole you made between the joists. Make sure the mounting flanges on each side of the unit sit flat against the ceiling joists. Next, mount the unit to the ceiling joists by installing 6 of the provided screws through the holes of the unit mounting flanges and into the joists. Make sure they are fully threaded and will not loosen over time. Now you'll connect the DIY Pro cable to the indoor unit from below. There are 4 screws to remove to access the control and circuit breaker box. Once those are out of the way, you'll want to remove one of the 2 circular covers pictured here. Once removed, feed the side of the Pro cable with a metal clad through the hole and into the breaker box. Next, you'll connect the numbered wires to the corresponding numbered terminals of the circuit breaker box. Then, you'll fasten the ground wire to the screw on the metal plate in front of the terminals, and secure the metal clad and wire body to a circuit breaker box, and reinstall the circuit breaker cover. As always, consult the manual for a more thorough breakdown. Next, you'll drill a hole to connect the cassette with the outdoor unit on an exterior wall nearest to where the outdoor unit will be placed. Using a core drill with a 3.54 inch diameter, drill a hole and insert the protective wall sleeve, trimming excess for a flush and professional fit. Then, you'll go outside and unwind enough of the patented pre-charged quick connect line set to go into the hole and reach the cassette. Keep any excess line wound up outside. Once you've got it in place, grab the right tools and head upstairs to connect the line sets to the cassette. First, align the quick connectors with the adapters of the cassette. Take the seals off and place the connector of the line set just onto the threads of the piping connection point, and tighten a few threads by hand. Then, use adjustable crescent wrenches to tighten the quick connect line set to the cassette. It's important you don't over-tighten or under-tighten. So once the connector is snug, turn the wrench slightly to ensure it's all the way, but be wary of going too tight. Once secure, apply a soapy water solution or a leak detection spray to the connection via a spray bottle or brush. If any bubbles begin to form, there is a leak, and the connection needs to be retightened. Once connection is made, wrap each connection point with the supplied sound-deadening pads, or as in the example shown, pipe insulation tape. Then install the 2 included insulation sleeves over each of the wrapped connections. Secure the end close to the connection pipe of each piece of insulation foam with the supplied cable ties to prevent water leakage. Then install the water receiver tray under the line set connections with the screws provided. Next up is the drain pipe and adapter to move condensate safely from the cassette to outside your home. The adapter comes with a cassette, but the drain pipe itself needs to be purchased separately. First, you'll attach the drain pipe adapter to the drain outlet port, and you'll place one of the provided clamps over the other side of the adapter and slide in the drain pipe. Then you'll tighten the clamps to ensure they're secure. Now, pass the drain pipe through the wall hole to the exterior of the house. Once done, you'll head outside for the next step. Make your way to where the line set protrudes from the wall. Put your hand under the line set right where it comes out of the hole, then carefully apply pressure evenly to bend the line downward toward the wall. Be mindful not to damage the piping in the process. Once bent down, pack the wall hole with the supplied neoprene. For a nice professional look, purchase the MRCOOL line guard to cover and protect the line set. Now it's time to connect the line sets to the outdoor condenser. Remove the water tray from the side and align the refrigerant pipes so they line up to the corresponding valves and have enough slack. Then begin tightening the refrigerant line onto the first few threads by hand. Next, using 2 adjustable crescent wrenches, tighten the line set further, continuing to tighten until snug. Once done, you'll open the refrigerant valves. This releases the refrigerant from the line set into the whole system. First, remove the cover on the top valve. Then insert a 5mm Allen key and open the valve by turning counterclockwise as far as it'll go. Do not force it any further. The valve is now open. Screw the cover back onto the top valve and tighten it well to ensure it's sealed. Repeat the same process on the bottom valve and any other additional valves. Then, if part of a 3, 4, or 5 zone multi-system, you'll need to open the 2 main valves or king valves using the same process. Once opened, reinstall the caps. Then use leak detection spray or a soapy water solution to test connection. If bubbles appear, you'll need to tighten the line set connections further. Then you'll head inside to mount the air intake grill. With assistance from another person, carefully raise and position the cassette panel into place. Allow the intake grill to hang. This will give access to holes for the mounting screws. Carefully align the panel with the cassette and install mounting screws. One is behind the louver or air deflector, so you'll need to manually rotate it out of the way. Then secure the panel using provided screws. Next, you'll connect the panel's display board to indoor unit's main board. There are 4 color-coded wires and ports that need to be connected. Once connected, you'll reinstall any control box covers you removed from mounting screws and close both sides of the panel. Then, flip the circuit breaker switch to the on position. Next, you'll install the wireless controller module. Removing the module's cap, open the side of the cassette that contains the display panel. On the back of the panel is a cover that is held in place with a screw. Loosen it and remove the panel. Once the panel is open, insert the wireless module into the designated interface. Then reinstall the cover and close the side panel. Next up is electrical connections. All wiring must comply with local and national electrical codes and regulations, and must be installed by a licensed electrician. Once they're done, you're ready for a test run. The test should last at least 30 minutes to ensure you're A-OK. You'll first turn on the main power switch, set the air conditioner to cool mode, and perform several checks during that 30 minutes, making sure room temp is being displayed correctly, the drainage system is unimpeded and draining, and no abnormal noise is coming from your system. All these checks and more are listed in the manual. If you have any issues, call our customer service team at 1-270-366-0457, and they'll get you taken care of. Once the test is complete, it's time to sit back and enjoy your MRCOOL DIY Ceiling Cassette. Thanks for watching. MRCOOL, comfort made simple.